Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today I'm going to run something by you. I just had a thought, and I thought this was kind of fascinating. I found these StoryWorld cards by John and Caitlin Matthews, and it says unlock your imagination. Now, these are not meant for divination, but I think they could be used for divination. So let me show you what they are and see what you think. And please leave a comment in the comment box below, or in the comment section below. And let me know what you think about this. So let's take a look. So these are John and Caitlin Matthews StoryWorld Unlock Your Imagination cards, storytelling book, and 40 Tell Your Own Story cards, okay? And people always talk about, when you learn tarot, they always talk about tell the story in the cards, right? So what if we used storytelling cards, okay? I know there's so many tarot decks and so many oracle decks that this isn't necessary, but I don't know, I like to try fun new things, and let's see what happens. So it says, have you ever wanted to tell a story but didn't know how to begin? Open StoryWorld and discover the world of storytelling at your fingertips. So this I actually got so kids in my class at school could write scripts, because I teach drama. But I got to looking at this, and I just kind of, well, it just kind of sparked my imagination in a different way. So let's look at the book. So we have the storytelling book. It's a hardcover book that comes like this. This is, I don't know what the publisher is Templar Publishing. Templar Publishing. I don't see the price on here, and I don't remember, but I'm sure it was about the same as a typical oracle or tarot deck. And let's look at the book. So it's got a nice hardcover book. Let's see, Templar book. It was published in 2009. And I actually found this at the Half Price bookstore. I'm sure it's online. It says, John and Caitlin Matthews created it, illustrated by Wayne Anderson, Paul Hess, David Lawrence, Nicki, Palin, and Tomislav Tomic. And hopefully I didn't mess that up too badly. So we have a table of contents, the magic of stories, let's see, how StoryWorld works. And it just says, what has, among other things, it says StoryWorld is a toolkit for telling stories. This chapter explains how you can use it to fire your imagination and start your storytelling. So why can't we use it to fire our intuition as well? I think that's an interesting concept. Okay, so it says picture your story, free your imagination, take your first steps. A note for those working with young storytellers. And you know what? Some people might feel uncomfortable because of religious reasons, or I don't know what other reasons, but they might feel comfortable using something that says oracle cards or something that says tarot cards. But they want to try it out and see. So let's see. The keys to the cards. And there's 4 sections. So we have the World of Everyday cards, we have the Land of Fairy cards, the World of Magic, and the Realm of the Court. And each card is there's 2 cards per page with the meanings. So on this page is the Mother and Father. We have the title of each card, keywords, and the keywords for the Mother are nurturing, health, comfort, and celebration. The keywords for the Father are protection, experience, safety, and fun. Okay, so like, to me, this sounds a lot like some oracle and tarot decks that I've seen. So we have the grandmother, the grandfather, and so on for all the cards. And then it talks about telling your own stories. There's some card games. And this really would not actually apply if we're using this for divination. And although this is interesting, it says each of the StoryWorld cards has a special visual clue hidden in its picture, connecting it to another card in the pack. Okay, so that might be fun to follow the clues from card to card. Tales from StoryWorld. These are some different stories that people have made up. And then it says deep enchantment from the dawn of time. A few words from the authors. Wherever our eyes look on the land, we'll find the stories looking back at us, whispering their wonders and singing their secrets from the long ago. All right, so this is so intriguing to me. So let's take a look at the cards. So it says, as we explained in Telling Your Own Stories, each card's picture has a hidden clue linking it to another card. And it tells you here in this key which cards are linked together. So the youngest son is linked to the rainbow, the enchantress is linked to the castle, and so on. So that's kind of an interesting thing. And, all right, so that's the book. Now, let's take a look at the cards and see how we might use these in divination. And this is kind of a cool book. So actually, the book goes in here like this. And it comes out. And then we, of course, this opens like this. Because this is kind of cool. And this opens like this. There's a plastic here. And then we have the cards. Now, there's not a ribbon, but okay, I can't have everything, right? There is this ribbon. I lied. There's not a ribbon to get the cards out, but you know what? That's okay. I can't have everything, right? Right. All right, so let's take a look at the cards and see how they inspire you. First of all, the cards are big. Let me grab my tarot card so I can show you the difference. They're even bigger than a lot of oracle decks I have. So they're about, oh gosh, well, about an inch to an inch and a half wider and about an inch to an inch and a half longer. So they're quite big. I don't think I have any oracle decks this size. Okay, so we have the mother. Oh, and the back. On the backs, there are questions that story writers can ask themselves. We'll choose one at the end to see if those are helpful to us as a reader, if you decided to use these. So we have the mother, and I think you'll see a lot of the archetypes in this that are in the tarot deck as well. The father, the grandmother, grandfather, the youngest daughter, the youngest son, the dog, the cat, the fisherman, and the river. And then we come to the world of fairy. Let me open the book so I can make sure I tell you the correct categories for these. Let me find it real quick. Okay, here we go. So the second, this was the world of everyday. This is the world of everyday. And this is the land of fairy. And each section has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 10 cards. Okay, so we have the fairy, the well of memory, the wishing tree, the charm of finding, the talisman, the keeper of dreams, the rainbow, the star blanket, the door to fairyland, and the leaf boat. And then the next section is the world of magic. So we have the enchantress, the spell of forgetting, the spindle of loss, the charm of healing, the key, and they're beautiful. The artwork to me is beautiful. The magic sleep, the eternal flame, the wild beast, and the magic mirror, and the man in the moon. Okay, so are you seeing a lot of the similarities to tarot and oracle decks? Okay, then for the realm of the court, we have the king, the queen, the prince, the princess, the soldier, the fool, the knight, the labyrinth, the talking bird, and the castle. All right, so that's 40 cards right there. So let's mix them up. Let's pretend we're going to do, let's just pull one like we're doing a reading like we always do at the end. All right, and then we'll see how the words on the back help or don't help, because I'm, for one, not really sure I would use those. So these shuffle nicely. They are, the cardstock is thin to medium. It's glossy. And the backs actually have words, words about what's on the front. I think I said that already, but I said it again. Okay, so I can't do the riffle shuffle the long way because the cards are too big, but I can do the sideways riffle easily, and they don't stick together. They shuffle very well. I have not used these with my classroom. I think if I'm going to do that, I might have to make another copy because children are not very kind to paper items, sadly. All right. All right, so let's see. All right, Spirit, what do you have to say to us through these cards today? And why not, I say. Okay, so it looks like this one is wanting to be seen. It is called The Charm of Finding. Now, let's see what it says on the back of the card. And like I said, I don't know if this part will be useful. Okay, The Charm of Finding. I am the fish that finds your way. Who made me and why? What is my arrow pointing at? What is the phoenix looking for? Okay, so there's a phoenix flying here. There's an arrow. So these things are to prompt people to write stories. Okay, but I personally don't think I would use this, although you might find it interesting and might like to do that. Okay, so let's look and see what the Charm of Finding says. And this one is in the realm, the Charm of Finding. It's in the land of fairy. So let's look up the Charm of Finding. Now, I'm not really sure how easy it's going to be to find this. Charm of Finding. Okay, here it is. Now this says the key words to this card are rediscovery, new directions, and adventure. Okay, rediscovery, new directions, and adventure. All right, that is quite enough keyword-wise to give you a reading. Okay, so you may tell the person you're reading for, you might be going on a journey of rediscovering right now. Maybe you're rediscovering what you love. Maybe you're rediscovering who you are. Maybe you felt a little lost lately. And you're looking for new directions to take yourself in, and you're looking for new adventure. All right, that's what this is all about. Maybe Spirit is telling you that you need to look for new directions. Rediscover what you love. Search out a new adventure. All right, so you might get those meanings out of it. Then it says, I am the charm people dream of discovering, made out of waters from the well of memory and wood from the wishing tree. Wherever my arrow points, there you will find what you've lost. No one can keep me for very long because there are so many things to be found. When you have what you're looking for, your purse, your way, your home, your friend, I will slip from your hand and begin to look for another. Better to willingly give me away to someone else who is searching. All right, so again, I'm not really sure if that would help with a reading at all, but the keywords I find very, very interesting. And then you might get some intuitive hits from the picture, because the picture is very interesting. There's a keyhole. There is a, this looks like some type of a lamp. There are fish. This is a fish box. There's an arrow. There is a rat. There's a phoenix in the back. So anyway, that's just something to think about. I just saw it and I thought, hey, you know, that could be used for divination. That could be used for a reading or a, you know, as oracle cards. So anyway, if you think that's a great idea, let me know. If you don't, if you think it's a terrible idea, let me know. Just go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Now, if you do like this one, I did find another StoryWorld deck that's kind of like an add-on one. And this one is called Faery Magic. It's by the same people. And it doesn't have a guidebook. So I think this other set that I showed you, the StoryWorld cards, the original StoryWorld cards, are like the starter deck, and then they have additional ones. Now let's see. This does come with a little book, and the cards are the same size, so technically you could use them together if you wanted more. And this one comes with 28 cards, so if you add the 40 plus the 28, you'd have 68 cards. And you know what? I'm not going to go through this whole thing. I'm not going to go through the book on this one. Let me just show you quickly the cards. So, and everything about the cards is basically the same. They still have the words on the back, and the design is a different color, but it's basically the same, and the cards are the same as far as weight and size go, and glossiness. All right, so we have the fairy host. We have the changeling. Creepy. The fiddler. The brownie. The fairy messenger. The fairy charm. The fairy shield. The woods so wild. The fairy king. The fairy queen. The fairy godmother. The merry shoemaker. The green children. Fairyland. The valley beyond time. The hill of playing. The fairy path. The tangle gate. The guardian of the ways. The fairy ring. The fairy deer. The fairy dart. The green stone. The midnight mushrooms. The spell of dancing. The homeward path. The healing apple. And the 3 wishes. Now, whether you'd want to use this or not, this is very much geared toward fairy stuff, this fairy subject matter. So that's the Fairy Magic like additional pack. But this one, and you might want this to add to the Story World, or you might not. But this Story World deck, I think, has great possibilities when it comes to divination. So I'd love to hear what you think about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's completely free for you, and it helps me out a whole lot. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.